Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I finally got everything set back up the way I'd like. So I'm gonna do a game room tour. And we'll start off here in the office. And let's go. Alright. First spot will be my office. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, and over the years I've collected a lot of really cool figures, in my opinion, of my favorite characters, their forms, and I could not be happier with it. And a lot of these I got only for like 25 bucks at GameStop, so shout out GameStop to having some really good figure sales. Of course, I also have a cloth canvas piece of one of my favorite characters from Super, Goku Black. Got this for 35 bucks at Mall of America. Love it. Besides statues, I also collect Funkos. Now, I've trimmed down my collection a lot in the last couple of years, but I mainly now collect Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, and My Hero Academia figures. And there's one Demon Slayer kind of thrown in there. Of course, I also have some Persona 5, Fairy Tail, Yu Yu Hakusho, and the Full Metal Alchemist. Also, I collect some from my favorite video games I've played. Very happy with the Mass Effect trio. These are my three guys that I usually play through the Mass Effect games together, so love it. Also got a few Bleach, Borderlands, and Gears of War. I also have some other figures that aren't Dragon Ball. I really enjoy these pieces. I actually just got this one the other day, thanks to a friend of mine. Love Inosuke. Limited edition Ichigo figure, only about 5,000 made. Of course, gotta make the office look a little healthy, so I got some plants. Not much, but a little bit. Then, of course, the Dragon Ball figures I have up top. I'm not trying to go for a complete set, at least for now. But mainly collecting the figures and the forms that I like also. Of course, we also got Butt Stallion over here. Great piece. And for my PC setup, I have two dual curved monitors. And I'm not a huge PC guy. I mainly use the computer for editing videos, and I'm starting to learn, though, more about it, but I like it. And this is where I do most of my gaming. You know, huge catch for not a lot of people that ever come over, but hey, just in case. As you can see here, I have my 70-inch Samsung TV, QLED. Down here is where the magic happens, though. Of course, I have my amazing PS5 that I'm so happy to have. And right now, I currently am playing Resident Evil 4 for the first time, trying to actually finish it. This is where I do most of my gaming, since the PS4 can play, well, the PS5, sorry, can play PS4 and PS5 games. Below that here we have the Xbox One X. I don't do a whole lot of Xbox gaming, but when I do, this is perfect for me. I really don't see a point to having a Series X, at least not now. And of course I have my OLED Switch. Love it. The Switch is probably my second most used console right now. And of course we have the controllers here, my PS5, my Switch Pro controller, and the Xbox controller. As well as a couple Joy-Cons. I love the Legend of Zelda ones, and these Pokemon decal ones. Please don't judge on the dust. I do need to clean. And now, my favorite part of my home, the downstairs man cave. let's explore. Alright, and above the 4 IKEA bookshelves, we have some of my favorite pieces. The God of War Collector's Edition, the Alan Wake Collector's Edition, Commander Shepard figure by Play Arts, the helmet from the Mass Effect Legendary Collector's Edition, Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition, Link, oh, and my brand new Beat 'em Ups Zen Grip Pro. Love it. I love the channel. Just good dude. Please go subscribe. And a couple different boxes for some of the controllers I have. Now, I like to keep everything organized, so I'll show you what I have for my game collection though. I have my PS1 games right here. Probably one of my favorite things I own in this entire collection is the Legend of Dragoon game. I love it. I wish it wasn't the greatest hits version, but you know, when you can't really find this game for cheaps out in the wild, you kind of take what you can get. You'll see a couple greatest hits here. One game that I absolutely love, no matter how old I get, seems to be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Just a stupid fun game. Really happy to get this actually. My Parasite Eve. As soon as I saw Avalanche Reviews review this game, I immediately wanted to play it. Found a copy online for a decent price and got a couple hours into it, really liking it so far. Of course, you have your Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy, Gundam Battle Assault, Spider-Man, Shadow Man, and this is my sealed copy. Whoop, don't want that to fall. My sealed copy of the X-Files. It's got a couple cracks on it, so it's not in perfect condition, but hey, found it for $10 at a used game store, so why not? My PS2 games. I sold a lot of my PS2 games, unfortunately, when I moved in with a girlfriend many years ago, and really regret that decision. So I've been building it back up ever since, and been just finding a lot of the games that I enjoyed, or at least was interested in playing. Now my biggest mistake in my life was when I had the entire trilogy of Xenosaga. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Xenosaga games are very hard to get, but they're also pricey. But they get more expensive each game you go up. You can probably find this game for about $25-30. Xenosaga 2, you're probably looking at $40 to $60. The final game is anywhere from $150 to $200. So probably never ever seeing those games. So we'll see that game ever. But, you know, maybe one day. Alright, now my PS3 games, I keep them next to the TV here. And I wasn't a huge PS3 gamer, and I really started only collecting for it within the last couple of years. But I'm very happy with the games I have. Asura's Wrath is one of my absolute favorites. It's an interactive anime. I love it. One of the oldest games I have in my collection is Bleach Soul Resurrection, one of the few Bleach console games ever released, and it's fun. Not perfect, but it was a great step, and I really wish that we would get another one. Of course, got some RPGs, DJ Hero 1 and 2, a couple Dragon Ball games. One thing I've been really enjoying doing is collecting all the RPGs and the JRPGs for the PS3. I love Fairy Fencer F. That game is fantastic. I recently picked up Folklore and Enchanted Arms and Eternal Sonata for great prices, so hell yeah. I'm also a huge fan of the Tales game, so finding any Tales game that I don't own is pretty awesome. Love Tales of Xillia 1 and 2. Of course, Zone of Vendors, White Knight Chronicles. It's gotta have that DJ Hero board, though. Now, the PS4 is definitely the console I have the most games for, just because they released so many games on the PS4 and so many re-releases that I had to pick it up. And it just made my collection really big. Got all the Dark Souls games, Darksiders, Devil May Cries. You know, just the PS4 has such a huge variety, and I love the fact that my PS5 can play these games. A series I picked up recently, actually, were the Trails of Cold Steel 1 through 4, and one of these days I'll sit down and actually play them all. Also love the Life is Strange games, the Dark Anthology, Dark Picture games, Mass Effect, Legendary Editions, my favorite collection of all time. Persona 5 Royal is absolutely one of my favorite games ever at this point. Of all the Resident Evils. Getting a physical copy of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game. Love it. Wasn't going to let that ever get away from me again. Then, of course, I have a sealed copy of Ys Memories of Celceta. Hope I said that right. Found a sealed copy for $40 and just picked it up. One day I'll pick it up, but we'll pick it up and play it, but we'll see when that day comes, actually. And, of course, the small but growing collection of PS5 games. I just finished Tales of Arise. This game here. Officially now. Loved it. If you haven't, go pick it up. It's 100% worth it. But of course I got Spider-Man Miles Morales, Outriders, Immortal Phoenix Rising, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy, Demon Souls, Alan Wake. Love that game. And of course the Sony handhelds, which I'm having a lot of fun lately collecting. I found actually Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team, this game here. I got it for pretty cheap in comparison. Normally this game goes for like $90 to $100. Picked it up for $70. You know, I normally don't spend that much money on an older game like this, but really hard to find this game. And I really want to pick up all the Dragon Ball games that I can. So of course I got the Shin Budokai games, got Daxter, of course, Gene Arc, Final Fantasy. The PSP had some great RPGs. Rock Band Unplugged. I love the Rock Band games, and that's still a fun game. And of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force. Love the GX timeline. And of course here my small but happy PS Vita collection. Of course got all the classics, the Persona 4 Golden, Killzone Mercenaries, The Resistance, Uncharted Golden Abyss. I love the fact that I own a physical copy of Tales of the Heart, another hard-to-find Tales game, which was only released in physical copy here in America in GameStop, I believe. But I was able to find a copy for a fairly decent price. Love this game. Speaking of handhelds, I love Nintendo handhelds, and I've been trying to make it a habit during the pandemic to collect every mainstream Pokemon game, and I'm doing pretty well. Some of them I'll have to wait until I can find a decently priced copy, but we'll see. Some of my favorite games I have over here, one is a copy of Pokemon Gold, Japanese copy, still in box, that I got through a raffle off a fellow game collector. Haven't actually tried playing it, I just love having it on display. I'm very happy to have this in the collection and on display. Oop, a little sticky there. Bleach, the Third Phantom. I love Bleach, and I love a lot of their games they released, including this turn-based tactics game with its own original story. It's fantastic. If you can find a copy anywhere for like $70, I'd say get it. It's awesome. Pokemon Conquest is another favorite of mine. I love when any type of game goes out of their comfort zone and does something new, but does it really well. And this was one of those, another tactics game, but I love it. I wish Pokemon would do more of these, but they probably won't. Of course, we got some more Pokemon games over here, and that goes into the 3DS collection. Right off the bat, some of my favorite 3DS games I have is the Fire Emblem Awakening. This really got me into the Fire Emblem series. Love this game. One game that's actually gotten pretty rare is my Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King. This goes for a lot of money online now, and I'm just happy I picked it up day one, and probably my favorite Dragon Quest game, if not compared with Dragon Quest XI. Of course, another Tales game, Tales of the Abyss. And then it goes on to the N64 games. I need to get some more boxes made up, but these ones I have boxed up. I do have a couple that are unboxed, including this one though, Pokemon Snap in its original box. Found this for 30 bucks at a used game store nearby and had to have it. And of course the GameCube games. Don't really add to this all too often, but when I do, it's usually pretty pricey. The Lost Kingdom games were very hard to come by. Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Two amazing games. Got Resident Evil 1 Remake, Rave Master, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. This is by far my favorite Sonic game, and forever will be my favorite Sonic game. This game is so good. The soundtrack is fire. Can't deny that. Super Mario Strikers, Beautiful Joe 1 and 2, Zoid's Battle Legends. Just, I do love my GameCube collection. Next up we have the Wii games. I don't get too many Wii games. That's even harder or rare for me to find, but I do have some ones I'm pretty proud of, like Bleach Shattered Blade. The Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, just because the PS2 version is way harder to find and way more expensive. Kirby's Epic Yarn I really liked. Last Story I got from a friend of mine. Pokemon Battle Revolution, the Metroid Prime trilogy jumped up in price recently. I'm glad I picked this up on a whim. Wii Sports Resort, gotta do it big. And the Wii U games. Probably never gonna pick up another Wii U game, but I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I got my Legend of Zelda remakes, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, Donkey Kong, Mass Effect 3 because I love Mass Effect. Had to pick it up on the Wii U as well. Paper Mario Color Splash, Xenoblade Chronicles, Zombie U on the original. So I do love me some Nintendo. Speaking of, all of my Nintendo Switch games. So you can see here, it's quite a few. I do have sealed in box still the Silver Case 24-25 Deluxe Edition, as well as Akiba Strip. Haven't had a lot of time to want to play them, so they'll just stay sealed. And that's going to be most of my games when I buy them. If I don't want to play them right away, they stay sealed. Games I just recently picked up for the Switch were the Danganronpa Decadence, coming with all 3 of the Anniversary Collection games, plus a special new version of it's like a board game-esque game that came with it too. So had to pay it for 60 bucks. Worth it. Of course, you got these Zelda games, Mario, got Hades, Octopath Traveler. This is something I'm pretty happy about. Oh. No More Heroes Trilogy. I got these both off these 2 games were originally re-released through Limited Run, but they were re-released again through Best Buy. I missed the Limited Run version, so I could not miss out on that. So having all 3 on the Switch is awesome. Nexomon, a Pokemon-esque RPG. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it looks really cool. Of course, I got my Pokemon games, Shin Megami, Super Mario, Smash Bros, all that good stuff. Next up is the Xbox games. I don't have too many. Once again, I don't really go out and buy too many Xbox games, but when I do, I like to get the good stuff like Beyond Good and Evil. We got Binks, Crimson Skies, Fatal Frame, one of the few horror games released on the Xbox. But I really am excited to play this one day. Found it at a pawn shop for 80 bucks when it was normally 90 online, so have to take advantage of a good sale. Panzer Dragoon, Silent Hill 4, The Room. That looks awesome. Got my Star Wars Battlefront, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Of course, the KOTOR, Knights of the Republic games. Such a great time for Star Wars games. And of course, here's the start of the 360 games. We got the Army of Two games, Assassin's Creed, one of my favorite Battlefields of all time, Battlefield 3. Beautiful Katamari. It was a birthday gift from my older brother years ago. It's a great, relaxing game. Blue Dragon, one of my favorite RPGs on it. Stupid long game, but really fun. Got Call of Duty, the Condemned games, Crysis. Some of my favorite games over here, the Dead Space trilogy. Yes, I said trilogy. I actually really enjoyed 3. Also, my cat's about to walk in. Get out of here. Dynasty Warriors Gundam, Dragon Age, Fable, Fear, Gears of War, Left 4 Dead. So many great RPGs, too. Infinite and Discovery, Last Remnant. Lost Planet games, the Mass Effect games, NBA Jam, love that. Ninja Blade. Fun fact, when I worked at Best Buy, we had a sealed copy of Ninja Blade for the entire time that I worked there. It was there even before I started. I remember looking at it. I swear that game had been there for like 5 years on the shelf. No one bought it because the price always stayed at $39.99. It never was pennied out. It never got clearanced. It just stayed there on the shelf. And one day, I decided to say, screw it. I'll buy it. And it's still sealed. Very fun game. Not a lot of people, I think it's an underrated hidden gem. The Saints Row games. Splatterhouse, I just picked this up the other day. Very happy with this purchase. This game can go for like 80 bucks online. Got it for 40. Split Second, my all-time favorite, like, non-Mario Kart racing game. The Transformers games. Just good times. And then, of course, we have my very limited Xbox One games. I don't really collect all for the Xbox One too much. Mostly just the... I mostly pick up just the exclusives for the Xbox, but some of my favorite games on here is got the Attack on Titan 2 game. Got my Dead Rising 1 and 3. Got the Dishonored games. Gears of War 1, 4, and 5. Gears Tactics, the Halo games. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Oblivion, the Outlast trilogy. Rock Band, Titanfall. And then I have one sealed, sorry, not sealed, but I have one in-box Sega Genesis game, Real Monsters. And I have a couple Super Nintendo games, Space Invaders, Ultraman, and Clue. And a Japanese copy of Yu Yu Hakusho for the Famicom, which I do not own, but it was like $5. I was like, that's fun. Now for one of my favorite walls on here, besides the game wall, is the collection wall. Up top here we got the Gears of War 3 console, the Gears of War 3 Collector's Edition, and then the Gears of War 4 Collector's Xbox One S. Fun fact, I thought this was an Xbox One X and when I bought it, but then didn't realize until after I got home that it was a Series S, so that's why it's not upstairs, plugged in. Of course, we got the Monster Hunter Rise Collector's Edition with the big amiibo and the Pro Controller. Got the box for the God of War Collector's Edition. The Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom Collector's Edition was on sale for only $30 at Best Buy one day and had to get it. Not a fan. I'm not as big of a fan of Ni no Kuni 2 as I was the first game, but solid game. Then, of course, we got the retro classic consoles, the NES and SNES. I have my Pokemon Sword and Shield Switch Lite, still in box. PS2 controller, my Retron 5 that I have plugged in down here. Some of my other PS3 collector's editions. The Dead Space Plasma Cutter, Zone of Enders collector's edition, the statue from Xillia 2, Tales of Xillia 2, Catherine, and of course we got Jack Skellington. Down here we have the Persona 5 Royale collector's edition with the mask, Fable 3 collector's edition with the controller, the Pokemon Inboxed Let's Go Pikachu and Diamond and Pearl remake. We got Starlink. Down here we have the My Hero 1 Justice 2 Collector's Edition, as well as the Dragon Ball FighterZ Collector's Edition with the Goku statue. Got some more Starlink figures inboxed here because just haven't had a chance to use them yet. Of course, down here are some random Collector's Edition. I have another Gears of War 3 Collector's Edition, the Jack in the Box from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and the Bonkos from Donkey Kong Bonga, whatever it's called. Of course, here I have my handhelds, my PS Vita, my PlayStation Portable, PSP, my 3DS XL, my Game Boy Micro, the Game Boy SP, and Game Boy Color, as well as the Pokeball 2DS, and a couple extra Pokemon Switch controllers. I love these consoles, and I love these stands. They make them look so official. And of course, connected to the old school tube TV, we have an N64. Gotta have that. And of course, over here are some of my amiibo, the ones that are unboxed. Mostly you'll see a lot of Legend of Zelda and Pokemon, some of my favorites. Down here are the Disney Infinity figures that I collected for Star Wars and Marvel. I really enjoyed the Disney Infinity games, so I really wanted to buy these up again after I sold them when I was kind of getting out of collecting, and I regretted that decision. But I got almost everything I've ever wanted for them, so I think I'm set. And of course down here some older consoles, the PS2, the Nintendo Gamecube with Game Boy adapter, my Nintendo Wii from my childhood, and my PS4 Pro that I did most of my gaming on until the PS5 came out. Relive the Legend, the Mass Effect 3 Commander Shepard Legendary Edition, as well as an inboxed Starlink. I love this collector's edition so much. Also got some strategy guides that I've been hauling around for the last couple years, mostly for Pokemon, Mass Effect, and some of the RPGs, including some comics that came with the movies for DC. Some Green Arrow. So, not too much, but I like it. And over here, you will see the TV that I do most of my retro gaming on. What I do have here hooked up is the Retron 5, which plays a lot of my old school Game Boy games, Super Nintendo, and a lot of older retro stuff. I got my PS3. Once again, sorry for, dust on here, but it can get a little dusty down here, and these don't clean that well. My Wii U, as well as the little gamepad down there. Yeah, just a standard smart TV down here. Nothing too fancy, but I don't do a whole lot of gaming down here, but when I do, this is enough. And then finally, my Pokemon little nook here above the fireplace. Got the little figures as well. Oh, I was missing a leg, sadly. And there you have it, guys. That is essentially a tour of the game room. I hope you guys liked it. Yeah, what was your favorite part of the collection? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this year. I know it's a very small goal, but I'm halfway there. I would really love your support in this. And until then, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.